Your body is a masterpiece of intelligence, designed not just to survive but to thrive, to rebuild, and to renew. Inside you right now, there's a quiet force working tirelessly, a self-repairing, self-cleansing process called autophagy. Most people don't even realize it exists. Yet it's the very reason some individuals seem to age in reverse, heal faster, and stay lean without effort. Autophagy is your body's natural detox mechanism, the ultimate janitor sweeping out old, damaged cells and creating room for new, vibrant ones to take their place. When you understand this power and learn to activate it through fasting and nourishment, you unlock something extraordinary, a state where your body begins to heal itself from the inside out. Think about it. Your body has been fighting for you since the day you were born. Every cut that healed, every illness you overcame, every burst of energy that got you through your toughest days came from within. Yet, in today's world, we've silenced that healing power with constant eating, processed foods, and stress. The body never gets a chance to reset, but the moment you begin fasting, you give your system a breath of air space to finally repair. That's when autophagy begins to rise, sweeping through your cells like a wave of renewal. It's not just biology, it's a rebirth happening at the cellular level. Here's the truth most people miss. Health doesn't come from adding more, it comes from allowing less. Less clutter, less chaos, less noise. Fasting isn't about punishment, it's about permission. You're giving your body permission to rest, to clean, to evolve. When you stop feeding it constantly, it starts feeding on the things that no longer serve you: old proteins, toxins, damaged cells, even precancerous growths. The process is like pressing a reset button for your entire being. And when you understand this, you realize fasting isn't about starvation, it's about elevation. Your body is built with wisdom far beyond modern science. Every function, every signal, every craving has meaning. When you fast, you start to hear those messages again. You notice how your energy stabilizes, how your thoughts become clearer, how your skin begins to glow. That's not coincidence, that's your cells communicating. They're saying, "Thank you for giving me a chance to breathe." Each hour of fasting pushes your body deeper into a state of renewal, burning off the old and building something stronger, cleaner, and sharper. Quantum discontinuity might be explained by a deeper, "Let me show you what I can do when you stop getting in the way." And here's the hook. The real transformation begins not when you fast, but when you start believing that your body knows how to heal itself. Most people live disconnected from their own biology, searching for health outside of themselves, a new diet, a new supplement, a quick fix. But the secret has always been within. The same power that heals a cut can repair your cells, balance your hormones, and reignite your metabolism. The same force that keeps your heart beating can cleanse your system if you simply give it space. When you start fasting even for a few hours, you're stepping into a powerful partnership with your body. You're saying, "I trust you, I'll give you the silence to do your work." And your body responds with gratitude. It rewards you with focus, lightness, and vitality. That's the beauty of autophagy. It doesn't just heal your body, it heals your relationship with your body. You begin to see food differently, not as comfort, but as fuel. You begin to see hunger not as pain, but as progress. You start realizing that your body doesn't need more to perform better. It needs balance, rhythm, and respect. So, the next time you feel tempted to reach for another snack, remember your body is capable of miracles when you simply allow it to do what it was designed to do. Autophagy isn't a trend or a hack. It's the ancient language of life. It's your body's way of saying, "I've got this. Just give me time. The moment you honor that process, you awaken something inside you that no supplement, no pill, and no shortcut can ever replace: the pure, unshakable power of your own biology working for you, not against you. Because the truth is, healing doesn't come from outside, it starts right where you are, within every single cell that's waiting to be renewed. Olive oil, the liquid gold of nature, has been treasured for thousands of years, not just as food, but as a symbol of life, healing, and strength. What if I told you that this humble oil, the same one sitting quietly in your kitchen, holds the power to amplify your fasting results, energize your cells, and reignite your metabolism? This isn't a myth or marketing claim. It's the pure truth backed by science and experience. When used with purpose, olive oil becomes more than nourishment. It becomes a bridge between fasting and healing. It keeps your body in a deep state of autophagy while giving you the strength to go further, clearer, and cleaner than you ever thought possible. Most people think fasting is all about deprivation, empty stomachs, hunger, and struggle. But here's the hook. Olive oil changes that game entirely. It nourishes your body without shutting down the fasting benefits. It's like whispering to your metabolism, "You're safe, keep burning, keep cleaning, keep repairing." The healthy fats in olive oil tell your body that energy is abundant, that there's no need for stress, and that healing can continue effortlessly. While others break their fasts with heavy meals that spike insulin and stop the repair process, those who fast with olive oil experience smoother energy, sharper focus, and deeper restoration. What makes olive oil so powerful is its chemistry. Inside this golden liquid are compounds called polyphenols, natural antioxidants that fight inflammation, repair cells, and support the mitochondria, the engines of your body's energy. These polyphenols are not just protective, they are regenerative. They reduce oxidative stress, support liver function, and enhance insulin sensitivity, all while keeping your cells in that golden state of autophagy. Imagine your body like a city under repair. Fasting clears the streets, and olive oil provides the tools to rebuild. It's balance and brilliance working together. And let's not forget the way olive oil interacts with your hormones. It gently lowers insulin levels, keeps your blood sugar steady, and encourages your body to burn fat instead of storing it. That's why adding a spoonful of extra virgin olive oil during your fast doesn't break it, it builds it. You're not stopping progress, you're accelerating it. This is why olive oil fasting has become a secret weapon among those who seek both performance and longevity. You're teaching your body to run on clean energy, to stay calm under hunger, and to burn fat like a well-tuned engine. But beyond the biology, there's a deeper lesson here, one about harmony. Fasting teaches discipline, olive oil teaches nourishment. Together, they represent the perfect balance between strength and softness. One clears the old, and the other replenishes the new. One challenges you, and the other supports you, and that's the true art of transformation, not through extremes, but through intelligent balance. Because success in health isn't about starving your body. It's about listening to it. Olive oil gives your cells a gentle reminder that healing doesn't require pain. It requires patience, presence, and purpose. The beauty of this practice lies in how it makes you feel. A few hours into your fast, when energy usually drops, that small sip of olive oil becomes your anchor. Your mind steadies, your cravings quiet down, and your body feels nourished, not deprived. You start realizing that you're no longer fighting hunger, you're flowing with it. That's when fasting stops being a struggle and becomes a lifestyle. You begin to crave clarity over comfort, strength over sweetness, vitality over quick pleasure. Olive oil becomes more than fat. It becomes fuel for your evolution. And here's what makes it even more magical. Olive oil doesn't just feed your body, it feeds your asterisk spirit. Asterisk, it connects you to ancient wisdom, to civilizations that understood that simplicity is power. The Greeks, the Romans, the healers of the Mediterranean, they all knew that longevity isn't found in complexity, but in purity. And olive oil is purity in liquid form. It teaches you that healing doesn't need to be complicated. It can be as simple as taking one mindful spoonful of nature's most perfect fat and letting it remind you that you are capable of sustaining yourself, healing yourself, and elevating yourself one drop at a time. So when you fast, remember this. Every sip of olive oil is more than nourishment. It's a message to your body. It's saying, keep going, you're healing, you're becoming stronger than before. It's not about restriction, it's about alignment. You're no longer feeding the noise of the world, you're feeding the silence within. And in that silence, your body begins to do what it was always meant to do: restore, renew, and rise. Fasting has often been misunderstood as an act of suffering, a battle between willpower and hunger. But the truth is, fasting, when done with wisdom, is not about punishment, it's about asterisk power. Asterisk, it's not about deprivation, it's about awakening the deep intelligence within your body that knows how to burn fat efficiently, heal itself, and maintain energy with calm focus. Here's the hook. You don't have to suffer through exhaustion, dizziness, or fatigue to access this transformation. You can burn fat asterisk without burning out. Asterisk, and the key to that lies in understanding how your body truly wants to be fueled. When most people fast, they make one critical mistake. They fight their bodies instead of working with them. They go into fasting like a war, thinking hunger means weakness and fatigue means progress. But your body isn't your enemy, it's your most loyal partner. It's designed to protect you, to adapt, to keep you alive and thriving. When you nourish it the right way with healthy fats like olive oil, you send it a message of safety. You say, we're not starving, we're shifting. And that message changes everything. Your metabolism switches from storing fat to asterisk, burning asterisk it. Your energy stabilizes, your mood lifts, your focus sharpens, you move from chaos to control. Olive oil fasting allows your body to enter a state where it burns fat for fuel while keeping your energy high and your stress low. Think of it as a clean, burning fire. Instead of the unstable flame you get from sugar and carbs, quick to rise and quick to die, olive oil provides a steady, slow, and powerful burn. It keeps your brain clear, your heart steady, and your energy consistent. This is what real metabolic freedom feels like, not the crash and spike cycle of constant snacking, but the calm, powerful rhythm of a body that knows how to use its own reserves. And the science backs this up. Olive oil contains monounsaturated fats that don't trigger insulin spikes. When insulin stays low, your body begins to tap into stored fat for energy. This is where true fat loss begins, not from starving yourself, but from teaching your body to trust its own reserves. This process isn't just physical, it's deeply psychological. You start realizing that you are no longer controlled by cravings or fear of hunger. You feel strong, independent, and in control. You stop chasing energy through food because you become energy itself. Here's where the magic happens. When you fast with olive oil, you maintain momentum, you stay in the zone. Your body doesn't panic. Your brain doesn't crash, and your hormones don't rebel. You glide through your fast with clarity and strength. That's the difference between forced fasting and intelligent fasting. You're not fighting your biology, you're aligning with it. You're not burning out, you're burning clean. This shift creates a deep sense of peace inside you because you finally understand that health is not a war to be won, but a rhythm to be mastered. And let's be honest, life doesn't stop when you fast. You still have to work, think, move, and function. That's why burning fat efficiently matters. When your body learns to use fat for fuel, you unlock a level of endurance and mental sharpness that few ever experience. You're no longer dependent on caffeine or sugar to keep going. You become steady, centered, and unstoppable. You walk through your day knowing that your body is working with you, not against you. That's what it means to burn fat without burning out. Every time you choose discipline over impulse, every time you choose clarity over comfort, you build a stronger foundation within yourself. Fasting with olive oil is not just a health strategy, it's a mindset shift. It's a reminder that balance always beats extremes. You don't need to destroy yourself to transform yourself. You don't need to fight hunger to build power. You just need to trust the process, trust your body, because when your body feels safe, it performs miracles. And here's the real truth: the moment you stop fearing hunger is the moment you start mastering it. Hunger is not the enemy, it's communication. It's your body saying, we're ready to change fuel sources. When you answer that signal with calm, with nourishment, and with awareness, your body rewards you with fat, burning, focus, and freedom. That's the beauty of olive oil fasting. It transforms fasting from a fight into a flow. You don't suffer through it, you evolve through it. You become lighter not just in body but in spirit, and that is how you burn fat, not with stress, not with struggle, but with strategy, intelligence, and absolute inner peace. Insulin is one of the most powerful hormones in your body, yet it's also one of the most misunderstood. It's the gatekeeper of your metabolism, the messenger that tells your cells whether to burn energy or store it. But here's the truth: when insulin stops working properly, your entire system falls out of balance. You feel constantly hungry, your energy crashes, and your body clings to fat like it's in survival mode. This is what we call insulin resistance, the silent blocker that stands between you and your best health. But the exciting part, the part that most people don't know, is that you can reset it. You can retrain your body to listen again, to respond again, and to burn again. And one of the most powerful tools to do that is olive oil fasting. Here's the hook: insulin resistance doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't go away with another diet trend. It builds up silently over years of constant eating, processed foods, and sugar spikes. Every time you eat, insulin rises to help your body store energy. But when you eat too often, it never gets a break. It stays high, your cells stop responding, and your body stops burning fat. You're left tired, inflamed, and stuck in a cycle of cravings. The solution isn't to eat less, it's to eat smarter. To give your body space to reset its sensitivity. And fasting does exactly that. It gives insulin the silence it needs to regain control. Now, combine that with olive oil, the pure, natural fat that works like a signal booster for your metabolism, and you create something extraordinary. Olive oil doesn't spike insulin, it soothes it. It tells your body you're safe, you're fed, you can start healing. When you fast with olive oil, you stay in a low insulin fat burning state while still providing nourishment and stability. You're not shocking your system, you're guiding it back to balance. It's like pressing the reboot button on your metabolic software, clearing the old code and rewriting a new one that actually works. When insulin resets, your entire body begins to transform. The cravings that once controlled you start to disappear because your cells can finally absorb and use energy properly again. You stop reaching for sugar because your brain is no longer starving for fuel. Your energy doesn't crash mid-afternoon because your body has learned to tap into its stored fat. You're not just losing weight, you're regaining metabolic control. You're freeing yourself from the chaos of highs and lows, of energy spikes and sudden fatigue. That's what healing from the inside truly feels like. And here's the fascinating part. This isn't just about physical transformation, it's about mental liberation. When your insulin is balanced, your focus sharpens, your mood lifts, and your clarity returns. The brain thrives on steady fuel, not sugar chaos. Olive oil fasting creates that steady rhythm. It gives your body clean energy while keeping insulin low. It's like removing static from a radio channel. Suddenly, you can hear your body clearly again. You can feel what true energy actually is. Not the kind you borrow from caffeine or carbs, but the kind that comes from deep cellular balance. Think of it this way. When insulin resistance is active, your body is like a house with all the lights flickering. The switches are jammed, and no matter how much electricity flows in, the rooms stay dim. But when you reset insulin through fasting and olive oil, you're fixing the wiring. Suddenly, every light turns on, and your body starts working the way it was designed to. You feel alive again, steady, strong, and alert. That's what true metabolic freedom feels like. Every drop of olive oil during a fast works like a message of healing, calming inflammation and helping your liver process stored fats. The healthy unsaturated fats strengthen your cell membranes, allowing nutrients and signals, including insulin, to flow properly again. You're not just healing your metabolism, you're healing communication between your cells. You're teaching your body to speak its own language again. And here's the most powerful part. Once you reset insulin, everything else begins to fall into place naturally. You don't have to count every calorie or chase every new trend. Your hunger signals balance out, your energy becomes consistent, and your body starts working for you instead of against you. That's when discipline turns into ease and effort turns into flow. You realize that health was never about restriction, it was about reconnection. So when you practice olive oil fasting, you're not just skipping meals, you're reshaping your biology. You're retraining your hormones to work in harmony again. You're turning insulin from an obstacle into an ally. And that, right there, is the moment everything changes, when your body stops fighting you and starts fighting for you. Because once you reset insulin, you don't just heal your metabolism, you reclaim your energy, your focus, and your life. Discipline is the quiet force that separates those who dream from those who do. It's not loud, it doesn't ask for attention, but it builds empires, it transforms bodies, and it rewires minds. When it comes to fasting and healing, discipline isn't just a choice, it's the foundation. Every time you choose to stay consistent, every time you silence the craving for instant comfort, you're training not just your body, but your character. You're teaching yourself that you can be trusted with your own potential. And that is a kind of power no one can give you. You have to build it. The hook is this: the comfort you give up today is the strength you'll live with tomorrow. Fasting is not about food, it's about asterisk focus. Asterisk, it's about saying no to what weakens you so you can say yes to what strengthens you. And guided by deep respect for order, when you decide to allow your body to rest, heal, and cleanse, you are exercising the purest form of self-respect. You're not punishing yourself, you're prioritizing your future self over your current impulse. Every hunger pang becomes a test, and every time you overcome it, you grow stronger. It's not just the fat that melts away. It's the excuses, the doubts, the old habits that used to control you. That's the real transformation, when you realize that mastery doesn't come from comfort, it comes from commitment. Here's the truth most people avoid. Motivation can start your journey, but only discipline can keep it alive. Motivation fades when the excitement wears off, but discipline stays. Discipline is showing up when you don't feel like it, fasting when your cravings scream louder than your will, and remembering why you started when it would be easier to quit. That's where the real change happens, not in moments of inspiration, but in the quiet consistency of effort. The small, unseen choices you make each day shape the destiny that everyone will one day see. Fasting with olive oil is one of the purest acts of discipline because it asks you to trust the process. You may not see the results on day 1 or even day 3, but inside your body is transforming. Your insulin levels are balancing, your cells are regenerating, your metabolism is rewiring, and all of it happens in silence. The world won't see it yet, but your body knows, and that's where most people give up. Not because it's impossible, but because they can't stay patient long enough to let the miracle unfold. Discipline bridges that gap between where you are and where you want to be. It's the key that unlocks the invisible progress happening within you. Think about the moments when you're tempted to give up, when the smell of food fills the room, when your energy dips, or when your mind says, just a little won't hurt. Those are the defining moments. The battles you fight in silence, the choices no one sees, those are the ones that shape your destiny. When you hold your ground, when you choose the long-term gain over short-term comfort, you're proving to yourself that you are stronger than your impulses. That's where real confidence comes from, not from success itself, but from knowing you can trust yourself to do what's right, even when it's hard. And here's the beauty: discipline doesn't get weaker the more you use it. It gets stronger. Every fast completed, every craving conquered, every temptation resisted adds another layer of mental armor. Soon, what once felt impossible becomes natural. You stop fighting the process and start flowing with it. Hunger no longer feels like pain, it feels like progress. You start to crave the clarity, the energy, and the control that comes with fasting. You begin to understand that self-control isn't restriction, it's asterisk freedom. Asterisk, the real hook is this: while most people are chasing comfort, you're building capacity. While they're feeding their urges, you're feeding your purpose. And that's what makes all the difference. The body you build, the focus you gain, the peace you discover, it all starts with discipline. Because every time you resist what's easy, you make room for what's extraordinary. Every drop of sweat, every ounce of patience, every moment of hunger is shaping a version of you that's stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable than ever before. So when fasting feels tough, remember this: you're not suffering, you're sculpting. You're not depriving yourself, you're developing yourself. Every act of discipline is a vote for the person you're becoming. And one day soon, when you look in the mirror and see the strength in your eyes, the calm in your mind, and the lightness in your body, you'll know it was all worth it. Because while comfort gives you momentary pleasure, discipline gives you permanent power, and that's something no one can ever take away from you. Olive oil fasting isn't just about changing the way you eat, it's about changing the way you live. It's not simply a health practice, it's a declaration of freedom. Freedom from cravings, from fatigue, from the cycle of emotional eating that has held you hostage for years. When you fast with olive oil, you're not just cleansing your body, you're cleansing your relationship with food, with discipline, and with yourself. You begin to understand that true power doesn't come from what you consume. It comes from what you can control. The hook is this: once you master your hunger, you realize you can master anything. There's a deep sense of liberation in knowing that you no longer need constant food to feel strong, that your energy doesn't depend on sugar, caffeine, or snacks. You start feeling lighter not just in your body, but in your mind. You begin to see that you've been carrying more than just physical weight. You've been carrying habits, emotions, and patterns that no longer serve you. Fasting with olive oil gives you a moment of stillness, a moment where your body heals and your mind listens. It's a reminder that simplicity is power, and that sometimes the greatest strength comes from learning to pause. As the hours pass in your fast, something shifts. You stop chasing the next meal, and instead you start chasing clarity. Your body starts working in harmony, burning fat efficiently, cleaning out old cells, and creating new life within you. Olive oil acts as a bridge between nourishment and discipline. It keeps your energy steady while allowing your body to stay in a state of deep repair. Every sip becomes symbolic, a reminder that you are feeding your purpose, not your impulses. You realize that healing doesn't always mean doing more. Sometimes it means doing less, more intentionally. This practice becomes more than physical. It becomes spiritual. There's a profound stillness that comes when you fast, a quiet awareness that builds inside you. The noise of the world begins to fade, and for the first time, you start hearing your body's true voice. You start hearing your intuition again, that inner guide that gets drowned out by the constant cycle of eating, scrolling, and distraction. Olive oil fasting brings you back to that place, the center of yourself, where clarity, peace, and purpose live. It reminds you that you are not just a consumer, you are a creator. You are capable of discipline, control, and healing. Here's the hook: every drop of olive oil is not just fat, it's freedom. It's a message to your cells that they can rebuild. It's a signal to your brain that it can rest. It's a whisper to your soul that you are stronger than your habits. When you learn to fast with intention, your body doesn't just detoxify, your mind does too. You begin to detach from the addictions that quietly drain you, the constant snacking, the emotional eating, the need for comfort in food. You replace that with calm, confidence, and power. You no longer eat out of boredom or stress. You eat out of purpose. And then something beautiful happens. Food stops controlling you. You become grateful for it instead of dependent on it. You see it as fuel, not escape. You learn the difference between feeding your hunger, and feeding your healing. That's when fasting stops being a routine and becomes a ritual. You begin to move through life lighter, more focused, and more intentional. You don't just live, you flow. You stop fighting your body and start working with it. That's the kind of peace most people spend their whole lives chasing. In a world obsessed with consumption, choosing restraint is rebellion. choosing silence in the noise, choosing simplicity over excess, choosing to listen to your body. That's where real transformation begins. Olive oil fasting is a gentle act of rebellion against everything that has told you that you need more to be enough. It reminds you that the power has always been within you. Every moment you choose to fast, you're proving to yourself that you are in charge of your health, your habits, your life. So as you continue this journey, remember, olive oil fasting is not just about cleansing your system, it's about awakening your potential. It's about realizing that you were never powerless, never broken, never stuck. You just needed to quiet the noise long enough to hear the truth. Your body knows how to heal, your mind knows how to focus, and your spirit knows how to rise. You don't need more food, more sugar, or more stimulation. You just need more asterisk, and once you experience that level of freedom, there's no going back, because once you taste control, once you feel alignment, once you awaken that inner power, you don't just live differently, you live intentionally, boldly, and fully free.